Hi, I'm Mike with House on the Mend, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Speed Force log splitter. So let's get started.
House on the Mend.
Now, I'm not paid nor sponsored by Speed Force. They simply reached out to me and offered to send me this unit for free for my independent review. So let's unbox it and put it through its paces. So regardless of what you may have seen in the listing or on the box, this unit does not come with the hammer that is pictured, so you will need your own. And even though it was packaged pretty tight with plastic, there are cobwebs all over it, strangely. All right, now the base is a lot broader than this opening up top. And I think that's because you have 4 spots where you can lag bolt or screw the base into whatever you're setting it on. Now the opening is 6.5 inches. So that's still pretty big. I like the blade and these ribs here that will split the log outward or assist that for you. So we are looking at an overall height up to this spot of about 12.5 inches and an overall height to the blade of 9 inches. Pretty well made, good looking construction. I see a couple little spots where before they painted, they shaved down the welding, but most of it looks to be cast iron. So let's see how well that stands up to the shock of banging on it with a hammer. Before we get started in earnest, why don't we get a weight on this guy? I have this luggage scale that I like to use. Just over 8.5 pounds. All right, all the wood you see stacked behind me is really dry. So let's start off with something pretty simple here. See how we do. That's barely leaving a mark. And whatever that is, let's find something that's already kind of split on its own. Nothing. See if I can find some pine. This is like a cedar. Let's see how it does. It barely makes a dent in it. All right. All right, this piece is already split. And it won't fit. Darn it. There's one. All right. Well, it took care of that one. The diameter was about 4 inches. Once it's split, can we split it again with ease? Yes. How about getting a little bit of kindling? Yeah. All right. Find something else small like that. There we go. This piece is pretty big, but it's split about halfway through. Can we get this one to go? Just barely. Okay. It does not want to split this piece. There it goes. So this piece is a bit atypical. It's got a little branch coming off of it and some knurls up here. How much is it going to struggle with this one? There is a slight crack already brewing in it. So can I set it right on that crack and get some action? Let's find out. Nope. Barely did anything. What if I set it on the crack? Starting. There we go. Now this piece is what, about 4.5 or so inches in diameter, but it's much longer. Can we get this one going? Here it goes. All right, it's mostly split, but it's starting to wedge itself in this. So let me break it apart and see if we can split it further. There we go. Good. Well, that initial break on some of these is nearly impossible, but once you get them cracked, it makes for nice kindling pieces. Oh man, let me tell you, that is not something you can send the kids out to do for chores. Whew. Well, it's afternoon here in Las Vegas, so that means it's really windy, but hopefully we can get through this without too much wind noise on the microphone. So after quite a bit of testing, I would have to say that my feelings on this tool are quite mixed. So I found that anything over 4.5 inches in diameter of the wood I had was nearly impossible to split with this log splitter. Now, this is the heaviest hammer I have. It's like 2.8 pounds, so it's pretty stout, and all the weight is up on the top, and yet still it struggled to split through this wood. Maybe if you have like almost like a mallet or something that's got a big head of steel, something much heavier, maybe twice the weight of this, you might have better luck. But when you start getting into much heavier tools, now you're getting away from being able to be assisted by family members smaller than you. So I'm 6 foot, 185 pounds, and it took everything I had swinging this hammer on this wood, and it barely put a little dent in it. So once the log was split, however, then it was much easier to work with, and I was able to make these small little bits of kindling and could have gone even smaller. So maybe if you're working a log splitter and you wanted somebody to help you split things down smaller, this would be a safer alternative, so you don't have somebody swinging a sharp axe on it. But otherwise, if you're working a log splitter, like a hydraulic one on your own, why not just keep going with that? That would be my thoughts on it. Now, it's also very possible that all the wood I had is hardwood. So if you're dealing with something like aspen or birch or pine that's pretty soft, cottonwood, then you might also have much better results than I did with this harder wood. But if you're dealing with maple and oak and mesquite, woods like that, I think you'll be very disappointed in this tool. So if you found this video helpful, will you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps the algorithms to start suggesting it to more viewers like you. Also, please consider subscribing. I work really hard to put out good quality, efficient tool review videos, and there's a lot more to come. We're also doing a van build series that you might be interested in, and it's free and easy. You just log in with your username and then click subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Rumble, it's follow. It really helps the channel. I'm gonna leave a link to this unit right here in the description below. You click on the more and it'll open up and there'll be a link for it. That will be an Amazon affiliate link. So if you click on it and end up making a purchase of any kind, it won't cost you a thing, but I do get a small reward at the end of the month. I'd like to thank Speed Force for sending me this unit for my independent review without any preconceived discussion on what I was going to say, nor any demand that they get to view the video ahead of time and make edits, which I've had companies request before. I refuse all of those requests, by the way. So the fact that they were able to send me this without any of that preconceived agreement leads me to believe they're pretty confident in the strength and the quality of the build of this tool, and I respect them for that. Until next time, thank you for watching.